Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we living. Yesterday brought the crazy news that the Angels were placing 6 guys on waivers, essentially waving the white flag on their season. Well, 4 other major leaguers were placed on waivers yesterday. Why 10 in total? Well, that is because if the player was placed on waivers yesterday, they would be eligible to be waiver claimed by August 31st. And a player is postseason eligible if they're on the team's roster September 1st. So yesterday was the last day it could be done in order for the guy to still be eligible for the postseason roster. So if the team waiver claim is successful, they do not have to give up anything. They just pay the player's remainder of their salary for the rest of the season. There used to be waiver trades in August. That is no longer the case. So in this video, I'm going to rank the 10 players that were placed on waivers yesterday. Of course, not every team might have the same rankings. Some contenders have different needs than others. And also the waiver claims go in order of record by record, from worst record to best record. So theoretically, the Athletics could pick up every one of these guys. Of course, they're not going to. But so again, the Braves will have the last chance to pick up any of these 10 guys since they have the best record. Orioles, second to last chance. But it'll be fun to see what teams some of these guys may end up on, as there are some that can play a key role in the postseason. But let's rank them. I'll share their baseball reference pages while ranking them. So starting at 10th, let's go with Carlos Carrasco of the Mets. Now, actually, a little while back, I did a video, the best players to never be named an All-Star, I think since 1990. And Carlos Carrasco is one of the starters on there, but not from what he's doing this season. You see negative 1.3 WAR, 6.80 ERA, 1.7 WHIP. It has been an awful season. Part of a microcosm of what the Mets season has gone like this year. Last year he had under a 4 ERA, but a 1.33 WHIP. But just the bottom has fallen out. You see a guy who regularly struck out more than 10 batters per 9 innings, only at 6.6 this season. Ninth, I'm going to go with Dominic Leone, relief pitcher of the Los Angeles Angels. 1-3, 4.64 ERA on the season, a little over a strikeout an inning, and slightly over a 1.4 WHIP. He's actually struggled of late. 4 runs given up in his last 3 outings. Traded by the Mets to the Angels, 5.25 ERA in 12 innings with the Angels this season. 2021 was awesome. Past 2 seasons has been fairly average. 8th, Jose Cisnero of the Detroit Tigers. He's another guy who has struggled of late, striking out well more than a batter per inning, but a 5.36 ERA and a 1.5 WHIP. He's given up 10 earned runs in his last 5 outings. Before that, his ERA was under 4 for the season. You see last year, only in 25 innings, but just 3 earned runs. 1.08 ERA, although, 1.36 WHIP. I don't think he would have sustained that over more innings pitched. 7th, we're going to go with Randall Grichuk. Started the year with the Rockies, traded to the Los Angeles Angels. Worth .3 WAR this season. 267, 12 homers. Of course, played much of his time in Coors Field, his home games, before being traded to the Angels. And he has really struggled with the Angels, as you see. 97 at-bats, batting 165 with a 562 OPS. He's a guy who's had 5 20-plus home run seasons, but starting to lose some of that power. 6th, Harrison Bader of the Yankees. Really struggling on offense this season. Yankees probably wish they could do over that trade where they acquired him last year for Jordan Montgomery. They could have used that starting pitching. As you see, just a 640 OPS, 74 OPS plus on the season. Has missed time this year. Missed the first month after joining the Yankees last season. Well, a well above average defensive center fielder, but his lack of hitting, and he's not like at the level of Kevin Kiermaier. So 16 stolen bases. I mean, he's a guy who could sign with someone even if he doesn't play regularly. Late inning replacement, pinch runner. We'll see, but you see a 275 on base percentage. Ouch. Fifth, Reynaldo Lopez, former starting pitcher for the White Sox. Has been used in relief of late and has done a more than admirable job. You see 71 strikeouts in 53 and 2/3 innings on the season. Struggled as a starter, but the last three seasons, really, he's done really well out of the bullpen. 2022 was his best season. Not quite as good this year. His whip has gone way up. Since it was under 1 in both 2022 and 2021. But he is striking out a career high 11.9 batters per 9 innings. Fourth, Hunter Renfroe. Some people may put him lower. I could see him as a DH guy. Yes, he's got negative WAR on the season. 18 homers, 722 OPS. Maybe needs, a change of address. Place where maybe he could DH more. You see he's 5 of his last 6 seasons had 26 homers, and really his last 5 full seasons since 2020 was a truncated season. But other than that 2020 season, he does have a career low OPS of 722. But again, if he could strictly DH, I think he could be a positive for a team. Third, Mike Clevinger. First season with the White Sox. The White Sox have been awful. Clevinger is not, though. 3.32 ERA in 18 starts, 1.23 whip. Was a fairly average pitcher with the Padres last season. But again, he's always had an above average whip, under 1.2 for his career. Maybe a starter needy team such as the Orioles, Diamondbacks, Reds could look to pick him up, or maybe you could take the third or fourth starter role. Second, left-handed reliever Matt Moore. Moore has been brilliant the past couple of seasons. This year, 2.30 ERA with the Angels, more than a strikeout an inning, and under a 1 whip. You see the previous season with the Rangers, a 1.95 ERA, 10.1 strikeouts per 9 innings. Last year, 9.8 this season. His walks have decreased by 2 walks per 9 innings from last season. So Matt Moore has been an excellent relief pitcher, and majority of teams could definitely use a left-handed reliever. And first, we're going to go with Lucas Giolito. Has he pitched great this season? No, he's struggled since joining the Angels. You see he's got a 4.45 ERA, 1.27 whip, well over a strikeout an inning this season. With the Angels, 6.89 ERA in 6 starts. But we had a 3.79 ERA in 21 starts with the White Sox. Was well above average pitcher. See 3 top 11 AL Cy Young finishes in his career. The names I mentioned for Mike Clevinger also could be looking at Giolito in that third or fourth starter role. Possibly starting in the postseason if they were to pick him up. So there are the 10 players, in my eyes, how they should be ranked that are on waivers. Again, will be interesting. I think we'll find out midnight tomorrow. I could be wrong, but they can be picked up to August 31st. And again, all these guys will be eligible for the postseason if the team that claims them, if any team claims them, were to get their waiver claim accepted for the player. Again, worst record gets the first chance. Oakland Athletics aren't going to be signing any of these guys. And the best record, the Braves have the last priority for each of these guys. Who would you like to see your favorite team pick up Maybe one or two of these guys could really play a role in this year's postseason. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.